Hi guys, how's it going? Um, Happy Friday. I saw that I have a tech here and I have a QA here. Hello. Um, it's too cold where you are. Does that mean it's like what, a balmy? Sorry, I shouldn't make fun, but when you say it's too cold, it's a very different than too cold here. Um, I am exhausted today because we went to see Wicked last night, but our showing was at like 9:45, so the movie ended at like 1, and then we were way too excited about it to uh go home and go to bed right away. So I definitely got home at like 2 a.m. and then went to sleep at like, I don't know, maybe 2:30, and of course my cat woke me up at 7 and I stayed in bed for a while, but I'm still very tired. Um so if I'm a little out of it today, it's because I'm very tired. Um, that said, holy shit, y'all, that movie was fantastic. They did such a great job. Kyrie, you need to see it. Like you'll want to go multiple times probably. You should absolutely wear your Glinda dress, 'cause amazing. Um, I don't know what temperature it is. We just went outside to admire the sunset, so it's not too bad here. 54, yeah, it's not too bad. Um, yeah, Kyrie says it's 46 and cold. And granted, humidity does do that. I'm like, it's nice out. It's 50. I went out to the movie last night and I didn't even bother wearing an actual jacket. I just wore my Ashton hoodie because I was like, oh, it's like 40. That's not bad. Um, but yeah, so the movie is phenomenal. Honestly, absolutely perfect. Um, Relevant to y'all, our favorite cat boy did an amazing job. Um, he he's fantastic, just fantastic. Uh, I do admit that the moment he walked on screen, uh, well, not walked. No, I think he did walk. Anyway, the point is, the moment he appeared on screen, Amber and I were kind of doing the schoolgirl thing with the hee hee hee, because that's our catboy, who is a very handsome man as well, and can sing really well. Turns out, and watching him flirt with just everybody in Dancing Through Life, like yeah, obviously he's gonna dance with the ladies, but it was not reserved for them. It was amazing. It was great. The choreography in Dancing Through Life, probably the best sequence in the movie was the dancing in the beginning part of that movie, or that song. Um, Granted, that's tough to say because like everything was great, but I think Dancing Through Life was probably the most fun. Um, Genuinely, I think it was so good. And it's not just because that's our favorite Catboy, but also because that's our favorite Catboy. Anyway, if I don't appear to have a single brain cell tonight, that's why. Because I got very little sleep because I was geeking out about Wicked. So y'all know I'm a theater adjacent nerd, not actually fully a theater nerd on my own, but uh, when I was doing voice lessons in college, my teacher was like, "Hey, I know something that would sit great in your range," and hands me music to popular. So I've worked on that in a more formal way, which is super fun. Um, I theater nerd by proxy. I am like I'm not actually a theater nerd all on my own, but I kind of am. Um, but I'm a big fan of Broadway musicals, and Wicked has been in my top five probably for 20 years. And like, it's one of the ones where if you had to pick a single show to see on stage, Wicked would be on the short list. It is such a phenomenal production, um, and I stand by that still. Um, if you get the chance to see it live, go see it live. Um, Wicked is like that. Les Mis is like that. Hamilton is like that. I know it's cringe to say it's cool anymore, but it's so much better on stage than even comparing it to the filmed on stage version that you can watch on Disney Plus. Actually being in the theater is such a different experience. Um, but yeah, if you get a chance, go see Wicked. And now that you have a chance to see it on the big screen in the movie theater, go see Wicked Act 1. And then we have a year-long intermission before Act 2. Um, I forget, I think it was Amber called it that last night. And I was like, yeah, okay, we can call it that. I do hope when Part 2 comes out that some places will bring Part 1 back so you can do a day-long adventure. You'll need a break between them, like more than the usual 15-minute intermission, but because the runtime on Act One is the movie that's out right now. Part One is about 2 hours. Like that may be longer than the actual runtime of the stage show entirely. So they definitely fleshed it out. I was talking to my mom about it, and it's not even so much that they added anything to it, so much as there were moments that they allowed to have more space. Um, I talk about Dancing Through Life being just maybe my favorite sequence in the movie. In the show, in the middle of Dancing Through Life, a number of important things happen. Where, like, Galinda tells Bach to go ask out Nessa. He does that. Nessa tells Elphaba that it's Glinda's doing. Elphaba goes to Madame Morrible. Madame Morrible invites Glinda to the sorcery program, and then Glinda, like response to all of this, dances with Elphaba. So it's this great emotional moment, but a lot of things happen. Um, and in the movie, that sequence is considerably longer because each of those things is given time to really be its own. I don't know if I want to say its own scene, but definitely its own like moment. And the bit where Elphaba's dancing and everybody's looking at her and laughing lasts a lot longer. It's really uncomfortable. Um, but it also gives more weight to it and more weight to Glinda's decision to go join in with her. Um, Hi, guys, welcome in. I'm just raving about how great the Wicked movie is. Um, I'm sorry you failed your gender test. Honestly, same. Um, but yeah, so a lot of the runtime for Wicked is genuinely that they took things that on this in the stage version are just kind of a moment where you bring your own interpretation to them, and on the big screen, since they're able to do much more personal, we have cameras up in people's faces. They gave those moments more space, and I think it was a really good call. Um, so that's why it's as long as it is. But it's totally worth it. Totally worth it. Um, and it's not even that long compared to like Oppenheimer was what, 3.5 hours? 2 hours is nothing, but it is longer than Act One of the stage show. Um, anyway, hi Gus. Wanted to finish my thought while I was thinking about. Oh, so I don't have all of them handy because I put a couple of them in different places already. But I'm gonna post some pictures or a picture because I got to see Amber for the movie last night, and of course, immediately she's like, "Oh, I've got things," and hands me a bunch of little like charms and stickers and things. And you guys should see what I got. These are the Final Fantasy ones. I got two Emmett Silks because I had to have both, and of course an Emmerich because that's my husband. Um, and the Squapes sticker with the "Remember that we once lived" quote is great, but I'm also very happy about having my new jobstone. On the one side, it's the bard symbol, and on the other side, it's the world's okayest bard. I mean, mood, right? Like, I am, in fact, world's okayest bard. I'm getting better at tanking. I haven't really been working on barding, so I will remain world's okayest bard. Which is fine. I'm okay with this. I enjoy being an okay bard. Alright. So as you can see, since I haven't set up a chatting scene with the sock puppet yet, we're going to be playing Dragon Age today. And you can probably tell that I haven't actually started the game. Also, I'm not in the game screen, which is why there's absolutely no sound other than my chatting with you all. Because unfortunately, this is a game where if I click out of the window, it stops the sound, and I can't find a setting to change that. So, look, I moved my fundraiser progress bar to the bottom corner, so that it could not cover the important dialogue. That is still a thing if you want to help with that. I think I'm getting the first payout from it tomorrow, so I can get that process started. Kyrie, please share images when you get the kazoo finished, because we always love seeing the kazoos. Alright. Let's see if I remember how to play this Dragon Age. So I started following David Gator on Blue Sky. He is the original creator of the Dragon Age franchise, was the lead writer for a long time, has written a couple of the tie-in novels, is a gay man. I mean, he's the one who, when people started complaining about the series going woke, he called them tourists, because, like, always has been. But he's been talking a little the last few days about characters that he's written that he loves. And he talked about Morrigan, and he talked about Flemeth, and so my problem with Morrigan is twofold. One was that when I first played this game, I didn't have her in my party very often because she pissed me off. And that meant that I didn't ever actually get to know her that well. The other problem is that in Inquisition, she's your exposition stand-in when you are in a certain area, and so she is doing things explaining to you what the Dalish believe. I don't know if you've noticed, but she's human, and I was playing as a Dalish elf, and it made me so angry because I was like, listen, I understand that the players need a stand-in to tell us what the things that need to be revealed here, but my character would know this and would not be amused by a human explaining it. So those are the two reasons I dislike Morrigan. I'm gonna try to get to know her better. Because I know she is better than I give her credit for. Don't go. Alright, so here's our world map. This is very gay, yes. Morrigan is unfortunately not, which is disappointing. Alright, so I have to go to Lothering before I can do anything else. But these are where all of my quests are. The game does not tell you what order to do them in. I know what the order is, or the recommended order. Oh, also, we get cutscenes when we travel. Thank you, whoever did that donation. I appreciate you all.
We must rebuild
I thought I had turned
and quickly. There are are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them.
And
We
then
must
there's this
defeat
asshole.
This darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak.
And then there's
You
that
have
guy.
declared yourself Queen Honora's regent and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
I'm still mad that
Everything I
Tegan
have
turns into a
done has
dick.
been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you.
The
So last
Baron
time,
will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
I talked about how, like, I could defend his choice to withdraw from the battle. Lost cause, saved his men, whatever. But he's a dick. Loghain does not deserve defending. And it gets worse.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
So Loghain has decided to act like he is king because his daughter was married to the king. The king who is now dead because Loghain abandoned him. Is my dog! Remember the dog that we cured? I have a dog now. The dog brought me some things to play with. Alright. Let's see, what do I have? First, I need to have that active. Next, let's just... Walking bomb one of those. Good news is that I have turned off... We're playing on easy mode, which means friendly fire is not a problem. He wags his tail happily and pants. My options are, those darkspawn didn't hurt you, boy, did they? Ugh, I hate dogs. Shoo, go away. I think this is the Marbari I helped cure back at Ostagar, or pet the dog. We're gonna pet the dog.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Barbaria like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
My options here are, I've always wanted a dog like this. Maybe it's meant to be. But I don't want a dog. Too much responsibility. If you like him, you can have him. Or he can come, but he better make himself useful. Obviously, we want the dog. Kyrie, the shirt does not work. Alright, we're going to call the dog Barkspawn because I don't remember where it comes from, but it amuses me. I didn't come up with it. Looks like Alistair has leveled up. I don't know how to do any of these things, so I apologize if... You know what? Yeah, sure, why not? I apologize if I do shit that doesn't make sense. Barkspawn is a fantastic name. I don't remember where it comes from. I think Wraith is the one that told it to me, maybe, but I don't know where he got it from. Sure. Hi, Barkspawn. So, I can go with, can you do something about this gory mess? Do you see anything interesting? Leave him alone, or pet him. So let's pet him. He's a good dog. Let's see what happens if I say, can you do something about this gory mess? Did he... What did he... And then, do you see anything interesting? Barkspawn seems to have found a piece of wood, carved with curious symbols. Dirt still clings to it, and it looks very old. You don't really know what it is, but it looks like it could be used as some kind of weapon? What did he bring me? Hang on. Now I'm curious. I have several gifts. I'm just not sure what that one was. It's fine. We don't have to... One party member has begun to genuinely like you and respect your leadership. This is what's under my sock puppet. As you improve your relationships with party members, head back to camp to speak with them. They'll be much more willing to open up when they don't have to worry about death around every corner, and you'll need to talk to them more if you want to continue to improve your relationship. You can track party members' approval ratings using the orange bar at the bottom of their character records. So that's here. That's me. Alistair is neutral, maybe a little bit towards the negative. Yeah, he's at -1. Damn it, what did I do? Morrigan is at +4. And Barkspawn loves me.